Yes, we're going global now with Aniti Edit. Aniti, good morning.
Morning once again, Ini, and Tuesday, 2nd, 3rd of March. But the news, as we have it, as you've always been discussing, is that it's about this US and Iran, and this time there's an attack on a US facility in Riyadh, that's Saudi Arabia's capital. So,
all right.
So let's start with that. Earlier this morning, news reports have it that U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia's capital, was struck by 2 drones early this morning, further escalating the regional conflict between the U.S. and Israeli-led Operation Epic Fury against Iran. Of course, that attack saw the roof and the perimeter of the chancellery in Riyadh's diplomatic quarter being destroyed, but no casualty were reported there. And the strike had caused limited fire, minor material damage to the facility, while Saudi Arabia's air defense also reported that it intercepted an additional 8 drones targeting Riyadh and Al Kharj early in the night. So far, the U.S. president has said that while he made an address in Washington, he said that Iran will find out soon what the U.S. response will be for attacking Riyadh's embassy and killing 6 U.S. service members. That's within the war which started on Saturday. The U.S. State Department has also ordered that the departure of non-emergency personnel from several neighboring countries, including Bahrain, Jordan, and Iraq, be carried out. So that's warning. So that war is escalating as we speak, and of course it also has now gone into the European, the Eurozone. The Eurozone, where we have the ECB's top economists saying that a lengthy war between the US and Israel against Iran could spike inflation within the Eurozone, and of course it could have a ripple effect across the global economy. So the core risks include energy-driven inflation, which is a substantial spike, and headline inflation is likely if oil and gas supplies are persistently disrupted. So the Financial Times, that's the ECB's top economist, Philip Lane, said that the impact will depend on the breadth and duration of the conflict. And he also emphasized that the ECB had been focused on returning inflation to its 2% targets. That's for the Eurozone, while the recent escalation of the conflict in the Middle East, that has really is coming at a time when the ECB is facing a very volatile moment, particularly as it tries to taper down on inflation, which is one of the critical factors for the global economy. So from the Eurozone, we move down to Asia Pacific, which, along with other markets, has been on a downturn. So this time, particularly the South Korea's Kospi was the worst hit. It fell by about 7.24%. That's early today. So the Kospi is about 5,791.91 points. So far, it was weighed down by stocks such as Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, both from the tech sector. One is a chip maker, while the other one is mostly in the technology space of and of course the market's behemoths there. So, however, the country's defense stocks, they surge with names rising, such as several names across the defense stocks rising as much as 20% there. So that means that as the war is going on, you still have some people making money selling defense stocks such as guns and bombs and maybe fighter jets at the same time. So that has made the shares of such defense stocks to surge more than 20%. But elsewhere within the region of Asia, we see that Japan's Nikkei dropped by 3.06%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was down by 1.25% in the final hours of its trading, while mainland China's composite index, it was down by 1.54% to close at 4,655.9. And from the Asia region, we move to, still within the Iran and US and Israel conflict, we see that Amazon, it's a web, that's what we call Amazon Web Services, the cloud computing side of the tech giants, says that the drones had damaged about 3 facilities, 2 in the UAE and 1 in Bahrain. So that attack was reported on Sunday, but on Monday that report came out, and so many damages and caused outage. So the company has also warned that most users of its service should back up their information in case, just to prevent a data loss there. So let's move over to Nvidia, which is, well, this is away from the US-Iran war. Nvidia says it will invest about $4 billion to be precise, in two technology firms. So the two technology firms will be taking about $2 billion each. That's Coherent and Lumentum. So for the what they call the photonics, which is used for technology-related uses. So that's it for the markets.